What up, what up? This is Asher Roth, and I'm hanging out with Rob right here on Front Row Live.
Hey guys, Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out backstage at the Troubadour with Asher Roth. New record. How does it feel? I know your day's going ridiculous today, but it seems like it's going good.
It's nice, man. It feels really good. Honestly, being able to compare it to last experiences and previous experiences, this one feels right, man. It feels right. It feels like we did it with the right people for the right reasons. I'm coming off as mellow and exhausted right now, but I'm really just kind of taken back. I'm like at the Troubadour, about to play the Troubadour, just getting to see everybody who worked really, really hard on this record, and everybody's smiling. It's a really special day.
Very cool. And you've had different name drops of titles back or before. Is this the same record that was initially called The Spaghetti Tree?
No, man, completely different. Something that I always like to do is create a body of work, name that body of work, and put it out. I don't try to like put different pieces together and take this and that. I try to just kind of have those moments in time, capture those moments in time, whether it be 4 songs or 15. But Spaghetti Tree, Is This Too Orange? They just kind of didn't manifest themselves. Got caught up in some snags, and just that's the way it works. And RetroHash kind of came to fruition through all of that. And I even think some of the struggles that those previous bodies of work had inspired RetroHash, and even the creation of it. Hey, let's, instead of trying to get the right timing or pin these people down or this, that, and the third, we just recorded vocals in the living room. You know what I mean?
Now, when was the first song for this record actually recorded?
So the first song for this record is probably recorded a year and a half ago. I'd say we got, it's so crazy to even say that because the records feel so brand new to me. And I've been playing them over and over again. But we did Tangerine Girl, Dude, and Parties at the Disco all in about a day and a half period. And when we had that, we're like, okay, we have a nice pillar here. Like, let's build off of this. But those 3 records are probably about a year and a half, 2 years, the starting point, the seed of RetroHash.
Now, the vibe in the studio and in the writing sessions with Blended Babies, what's that like?
It's completely relaxed, man. It's like so stress-free. Such a healthy environment to be making music because, we've embraced the whole thing. It's like, let's just try it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. The friendship that I have, first and foremost, with Rich and JP of the Blended Babies, like, these are my buddies. Yeah. So we have trust. We have that camaraderie. Like, when you go into a session with somebody you trust, you're a little bit more confident in yourself and in your ideas, and it allows you to just kind of do your thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, this record has a few features on there. Why did you have the features that you have in there specifically? And there's actually one I was mentioning earlier that stuck out to me, ZZ Ward. Tell me a little bit about that one.
Friends, man. They're all friends. They all like really fit into the circle. Blended Babies and ZZ are represented by the same exact squad over. I think it's Boardwalk. Evan Bogart, shout out to him, who's really been able to make this possible. But ZZ's Pennsylvania girl. She's from around the way. So when we kind of clicked and we linked through just kind of the web of life, it was a no-brainer. I wrote that record, passed it on to her, and she was like, I love this, got on it. And she has those bones in her body. She's got that kind of snap and that blues in her body. And then Vic, obviously homie. Chuck, longtime collaborator and friend who's been in my life for a while. And that's kind of the stuff, those personal friendships make for a personal record.
Now, with this record, I was listening to it earlier, and it's such a chill vibe. It's relaxing. Anyone can hear it. But I don't know exactly why the song "Dude." When I hear that song, it takes me back to my skateboard days, to the Far Side days, to good music days. So do you have a reason why that might be?
I think it's because that's what's in our bloodstream. Do you know what I mean? And we come kind of from the same era. Like, music's that powerful. It can, when you hear a song, it can take you to who you're friends with, what you're wearing, what you're doing. And when you do that, when you have that ability to kind of teleport somebody through music, that's the power of it, and that's the stuff we try not to abuse. You know what I mean? So when we can make music and kind of capture a vibe, that whether it be mellow out, chill, or just kind of groovy in the rides, like on Keep Smoking, that we were just talking about the ride off camera, just like that stuff is what makes music so special. And we just try to capture that every time we record.
Cool. And you probably could have done this with a major label, and you chose to do it independent. What's the main reason to go in that route?
For the most part, man, just speed, being able to do it. I think when you're operating in a major label, it's hard to get everybody on the same page. There's a lot of people there. and by that time 3-4 months could pass. And at this moment, time is of the essence. It's been a while since I've been able to, really drop a record and release a record. So we just wanted to be able to do it and not have it catch the snags, not have to ask for too much permission, and not have to like tailor or compromise the overall vision.
Now, growing up, every time I would go pick up a record, like I would be so excited for the booklet, for the casing, you name it. This one's going to be actually all digital, correct?
There's vinyl as well. So there's vinyl. It's just the CD thing is tough for me. I still have a CD player, absolutely, but I'm a consumer and a fan first. Can't really tell you the last time I went out and bought a CD. I've had a couple given to me, and I from a collectible standpoint, from wanting to obtain something to wanting to hold something tangible, I appreciate that in a vinyl collection. So we want to make vinyl limited edition and available. But the CD stuff, to me, it's just one of those things that it's just kind of lost its allure.
Now, since the beginning, Scooter Braun gave you a big break, and I love seeing that he continues to, promote you. And just today he posted how you've helped, make his career the way that it is. How does it feel, being able to do that to someone that's so up there nowadays?
Oh, I didn't see that. See, the funny thing is Scooter's like my brother, man. He really is. Him and I are very close. We've had a lot of ups and downs. But we've spent a lot of time together, and we really did come up together. So, in our respective paths. So, it's really nice. I obviously have taken a lot of time to grow and come into myself, and Scooter's still doing the same thing. He's a young executive in a game of like a lot of really hungry people, a lot of talented people. So, for him to acknowledge the fact that I've helped him, relationships as management and in general with artists aren't easy, man. And like being able to get what you want out of it at the same time, meet what your expectations, but also do right by your artist is not the easiest thing to do. So I know Scooter's learning as he goes, as I am, as we all are. I mean, forever students, and it's pretty cool to have experienced so many years under the belt with someone like Scooter, see how much he's done, see how much he's learned, and vice versa. And it's pretty nice to be able to look back and say, hey, you're still here. You're like, oh, I'm still here too. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, obviously, with a new record comes, a tour, a headline. Any plans on that anytime soon? I know there's a lot of places that you've been wanting to go to that you haven't yet.
Yeah, man. Travel and live music is really kind of what keeps me here. So many places. I would love to jump on a tour with somebody. Headlining is always ideal, but I feel like there's so much work to do first. So I would like to jump on a tour with somebody that just rocks and loves music and loves to have a good time. I mean, that's really what it is. It's like I zoom out a lot on music and realize it's not brain surgery. It's just making music, and we want to attract good people. We want to attract people who want to have fun, and that's really it. So always down to rock with people and hit the road.
Now, how soon can we maybe expect some tour dates or
Oh man, it should be really soon. It's such a trip because this record, man, we had no idea what was gonna happen. Self-releasing an album and just be like, here you go, just listen to it. You have no idea what's gonna happen. Reception's been pretty good, so hopefully that kind of mobilizes tour life, and we should be expecting to hit the road in a very organized fashion come May, June.
Okay. And at South by Southwest, you kind of premiered the record live. Yeah. What was the reception like with all the fans?
It was cool. And whenever you're doing new music, it's tough, because they've never heard it before. So are they trying to interact and engage, or are they listening? You kind of have to read that out. So I did it with Paps and Jazz. I remember I went on like a Paps and Jazz tour and tried to force it down people's throats, and like learned that it's really hard to do. You kind of have to mix it in. So again, in South by, we did a bunch of stuff, but mixed the new music in. And I feel like whenever you do that, kind of, it's like, a little sugar with the medicine or whatever it is, it helps.
Definitely. And I kind of overheard earlier, I don't know if we could talk about it, but just in case, you might have a special guest tonight. Is there anyone in specific?
Oh, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's so many people who I would want to come through, some people that aren't even on the record. And we'll see who slides through.
Okay. Now, what else can we expect for you? I know you've done stuff with Travis Barker and other projects on the side. Any more coming up?
Yeah, always making music. We have a lot of other stuff that might not be on RetroHash that Blended Babies and I did that will be starting to come out. Travis Knotts and I have worked on another project. So Chuck English and I have always been working on music. Dave Siddick and I have sat down on several occasions. So we'll see what happens. Right now, real focused on RetroHash and always working on music for the future.
And one last thing, the record. What is one thing that you want to get out of this record?
Oh man, I want people to understand the importance of kind of believing in yourself and trusting yourself and listening to yourself. with so much going on at all times, especially like, you know, social media and stuff, you have a lot of things flying at you, a lot of distractions, a lot of people to tell you what to think, what to wear, what to do. And I want people to kind of take that moment, sit down, really have that conversation with yourself, believe in yourself, trust yourself, listen to yourself. It's all good.
Man, well, I appreciate you hanging out with me.
You too.
Good luck with the rest of the record. It's amazing. I love it. You guys be sure to check out Asher Roth and his new record, RetroHash, on AsherRothMusic.com. Check it out on iTunes, and don't forget to subscribe to us on Front Row Live, ENT.com. Thanks for watching, guys.